Hello! Tony Velasques here again with Velasques Paint. And I want to show you how to paint your bathroom today, and I want to show you how to do a beautiful job. It won't take a long time to do it, but everything you do, you want to be neat and you want to do a beautiful job. The first thing we want to do is we want to take off the light covers. This is the first thing that we want to do when we off in the bathroom. We want to take these off first. And it don't take long to take them off. I like to take them off, and some people don't like to take them off. But when you're in tight little areas like this, you want to make sure you take it off so you won't get paint all over the trim right here. So now we want to take this one off. Okay, we're taking this light cover off right here. This one is not taking a whole lot of time. And most of the time we always ask the customers to try to move stuff from off of the wall and to try to take the shower curtain from off of the wall and everything and the pictures and stuff, but a lot of times they don't. And so we'll sit this right here, and we can leave all of this here. We'll move this away from the wall so that way when we drop plastic on it, and then what we want to do, we want to start taking off the pictures. And if you see that they're really expensive pictures, you can ask the customer themselves to come and move some of this stuff, because a lot of times you can move this stuff and you can wind up breaking it, and it costs a lot of money. And you don't want to do that. That's why you got to be professional in everything you do. Just ask the customer if they want to move it, or if it's all right if you move it, and it won't be no problem. And then you want to move the bath towels. Leave them real neat and everything. Leave them folded up and put it off into the other room. Make sure you don't mess them up or anything. And then you want to get the rug from off of the floor. Flip it over like this, and then get the trash can and move everything that you can out of the way, and just set it out in the other room somewhere real nice and neat where it won't get knocked over and dirty. Now that we moved everything, now we want to mask everything off. What you need to have you some tape, 1.5 inches, that's what I like, and make sure you have a razor blade to be able to cut the plastic with, and have yourself some plastic, just like that. And now, get yourself some masking paper. And I like 6 inches, so you can get a little bit bigger. Cut it down the side. Get this masking paper. And what I use this for, I use it for the baseboard. Because a lot of times, people, they may not get their baseboard painted, and you don't want to get paint all over it. So, just because we're just painting the walls and not the ceilings or the baseboard or the trim, we want to cover up the baseboard so know that no paint will get on it. And so we get this masking paper like this, get the tape, put it down like that, put the masking paper up under it like that, and it goes pretty smooth. And if you're not a professional, it'll be good to mask off the side of the shower. I'm a professional. I can do it without the tape, but that's just in case you're not and you think that you're going to get paint all over the shower. Just put a little piece of tape there. And this, if you have the tools, you can usually get a little Allen wrench, unscrew this, and this pops right off. Comes right off. In my case, I'm going to put masking tape right on over it. Save a little time. Put a little masking tape around this like that. A little bit around it like this. And you can take this off now, but it's up to you. A little bit like this. A little bit around like that, and that's moving along pretty good. And you want to make sure that you have a drop cloth off in the bathtub so that you won't scratch up anybody's bathtub. And this is what it should look like. And now we're going to get ready to paint. Alrighty, now we're getting ready to paint. And me, I like to cut in first, and I like to cut in the top first, and then I'll cut it in the bottom afterwards. But it's up to you, however you like to cut it in. And I always like a pretty good 3-inch brush, a pretty good brush, because if you get a bad brush, you're going to get a terrible job. So you want a pretty good 3-inch brush. I like pretties. And so I like to start from over here, and you want to angle your brush down so you won't get it on the ceiling. And that's one thing you don't want to do. And you want to tilt it down, and you just want to go with a fine cut. You know, take your time if you're a beginner. And just go back with a fine little cut. You want to keep that a fine, pretty straight cut. And a lot of times when you have this acoustic on the wall, it has little bumps off in it, and you just have to be careful and take your time. Because you don't want to get it onto the ceiling. You want to keep everything nice and neat. And make sure you pat your brush and don't drop paint all over everything. Make sure you stay neat. And make sure you, whatever you get dirty, wherever you drop paint, take the paint off. And then get down, move your light over a little bit more. And then you get to this angle, kind of angle the brush down a little bit and tilt it, and then just go with it. You might have to go back and forth a couple of times, but it's okay. And then come down and angle it again and go down with it. And you'll run into those little bumps every once in a while. And then cut it again, and then come down. And like I say, I like getting the top first. And after I get the top, and then I'll start coming down the sides. And make sure you give a good cut, because you don't want any paint to get on that white. You want to keep everything nice and neat. And make sure it's a good cut. Take your time. And you want to do everything nice and neat. Okay. I'm almost finished with the last cutting in up at the top. The cutting in always take a little bit longer. And once I finish getting this here top right here, and then I'm going to start going down the sides. And so, there you go with the top here. And now I'm going to start going down the sides. And then once you start going down the sides, this is when you can tell if somebody knows how to paint. You want to make sure that they give you a straight line just like that when they're going down the sides. You don't want paint all over your white or anything like that. You want somebody that's going to give you a straight line and give you a good job, because that's what you're paying your money for. A straight line and a good paint job. Okay, now that we finished cutting everything in, that's the hard part, but it's over with. Now what we want to do, we want to roll it in. And now, you can use a small extension pole if you want to, because this bathroom is not that big. And then you can use yourself a good nap when you get ready to roll. And here we go. Getting ready to roll, make this bathroom look real beautiful and everything. The hard part is over with. And now we're getting ready to roll it on the wall. I always like to start from the top and work my way down. When you're in a tight area like this, you can kind of lean the extension a little bit tilted till you down a little bit. And you don't want to put too much paint on until you roll it. Dip it in a little bit more. Start by right here, roll it up and down. Make sure you cover it real good. I don't like to get too far ahead, because if this dry, you can see where I stop. So I only go so far. If I hit a small extension, then I can go all the way. And then what I'll do, I'll just take it from off the extension like this. And I'll dip it right in there, and then I'll hit the bottom part. And this looks like this is going to be a pretty color, you know. And it's not hard to do. You want to just make sure you feather it out evenly. I'm going to sit this down for a minute because I can really reach the top all the way from here. And it's going on really good. When you have a good nap, it'll go on real good. And then paint won't pop everywhere. It won't pop all over you, get all over your hands, get all over your clothes and mess your clothes all up. And it won't take long to roll this here. And you always want to put 2 coats on your wall. Okay, now that we have the first coat on, we're going to let it dry and we're going to put a second coat on. And it won't take long for the first coat to dry and we can get the second coat on it. Okay, now that we have the second coat on it and it's all pretty and everything, now what we want to do, we want to clean up behind ourselves. We want to take all the plastic off, we want to take all the drop cloths off, and we want to clean up and make everything look nice like how it looked before. And once I clean all of it up and have everything back, and then we'll come back and we'll look at it one more time. Thank you. Okay. Now that we finished the job, we done cleaned all up. The paint job look all beautiful and everything. Look how clean it is. We leaving it the exact same way that it was before we came off in the paint job. And you always want to get yourself a good painter like that. May cost a little bit more, but them are the best kind of painters that you want. And you can look down here by the trim and you can notice the straight line. Them the kind of lines you want. And up and down this way. This is the straight lines that you want. You want to make sure that everything is neat and clean. And then as you go, you want to have these lines here, and you want to make sure that they nice and straight too. Real straight, nice lines. And I just want to say this is a beautiful paint job all over. Looks real good. And I just want to thank you. Until next time.